97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is your 3 p.m. news update on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Irma Rattinsing. Good afternoon. Leader of the Independent Liberal Party, Jack Warner, says he is not distracted by Dr. Keith Rowley. He said the allegations made against him come years after he left the ministry. Mr. Warner was speaking exclusively to U975 FM earlier. This country's business community is not very confident about the government's ability to revitalize the country's economy if the current COVID-19 pandemic continues to exert pressure on the economy. This was revealed in a report prepared by the Market Facts and Opinions. The Progressive Empowerment Party has a plan for the residents of Caroni East. This comes from its candidate for the area, Dave Babua. He said flooding has always been a major issue affecting the constituency. These are some of the stories making the news at this time on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Look out for more of these stories in our major news at 4 p.m. I am Irma Rattinsing. Good afternoon.
That was Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Cunupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Cunupia.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Cunupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations, Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with the Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in. Log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
Sign my name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, yeah. Anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name with a PNM pen, a PNM. I want you sign my name with a PNM pen. We vote in PNM.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Good afternoon to all our viewers and listeners on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio. It's time now for Politics 2020. Thank you to Irma Rattensing for the 3 p.m. news update. Thank you to Shiva Parasram for having us live on YouTube. You can catch us on RCL U975 FM. And it's time to hear from you, the audience, the viewers, and the voters who will make that decision on August 10th, just 19 days away before the general election. And before I actually open the lines and open the show to you, the viewers and listeners, I would like to make a statement to all politicians. I would like to say that I am extremely disappointed in the myopia of the leader of the opposition, the Honorable Mistress Kamla Prasad Bisesa, who fails to view anything the People's National Movement government proposes outside the realm of politicization. And I am also saying that the reverse is also true. The PNM also does the same thing when the UNC is in government. My one concern is that there are families who are desperate and in need of hampers distribution during this COVID-19 crisis. And you know, after the election is done and gone and finished with, after it's done and gone, no more hamper distribution. Who are the ones left to lose out? My concern is that these hampers will be deprived of going to these families who really need it. Dr. Rowley also needs to recognize that vast sums of money that was wasted on projects such as Sandals, Tobago Airport Expansion Project, and the WGTL, all under the PNM administration, cannot be eluded from the minds of voters. I am therefore asking you to rethink your position. Dr. Rowley, share the hampers equitably. This money that you have dipped into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, it should be distributed equitably on both sides of the fence, to both the UNC and the PNM, and even those who do not vote. Equitable, let areas like Puisal, like Barrackpore West, Orange Valley, Irie Village and Princestown, New Grand Villages, let it all have a taste of the economic pie. And it is this insensitivity that sometimes leads people not to vote in. And you hear many youths out there saying, well, whichever government is in power, it doesn't matter. I still have to work and earn my dollar. You know, you hear that everywhere you go. And you have to ask yourself why. Let me welcome in studio with me Nicole Duki. Nicole, good afternoon and welcome. I know you were busy in the newsroom. Preparing some clips there. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to our listeners. Good afternoon to our viewers on YouTube.
Nicole, I'm sure you have come across the citizens, particularly young people, who say, well, I don't care who is in power, I still have to work.
That's right.
And it's everywhere. It's like a plague. You have to ask yourself why.
You know, I said that this morning.
I read your mind. It's the insensitivity of the government, of the people in power. Power take them over, that they fail to see and recognize this. Well, I see our lines are already lighting up, so let us welcome in the callers. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Politics 2020.
And Anne, good afternoon, and Ms. Duki, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
And it become worse because we have administration right now, right? Promise the people, take the taxpayers' money, and nobody can get nothing. It become worse. It become worse because why? We have the PNM in power, and the PNM wait until 2 weeks before the general election, 4 years, and 3/4 of the next year, that is almost 5 years, and they come now to give you, fix your road, fix your bridge, give you something, hoping that you could get the vote. And I want to tell the people them, and I hope you didn't cut me off, because I know yesterday you tell me to attack anybody, but I'm not attacking anybody. I am dealing with
Make
the
your
issue.
point. Make your point, Mr. Bank Village.
I'm telling the people now, if you and anybody in this country vote for a party that suffer you for 4 3/4 of the year and then give you something and you want to vote back for them, then I tell you, you're a foolish person. You understand? With no apologies. Because Mr. Rowley turn around and tell the people in this country, they're stupid. You understand? So I want to see if the people today is stupid. And I see.
Okay, thank you. Hello, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Ms.
Good afternoon, welcome.
Thank you. You talk about equitable.
Yes.
PNM don't understand me that word. You look at the water supply, Mr. Hines on this station, and say the East could have water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and not be on Carney coming south. And he say that will happen when they get more water supply. And I called and talk about equitable distribution. He say he can't let to us at the road do that. Next thing, Dr. Rowley Tobago make a set of noise about Duke is a PN, what a UNC agent and all kind of thing. Dr. Rowley, oh God, everybody in Tobago laughing at you. They know Duke have nothing with UNC. He go to a dog, a cat, a crap, or a snake. He would not give it to PNM. His fight in Tobago is not for, but against. Is against what he sees as wastage by PNM in Tobago. Watching the youth in Tobago falling down, turn into nothing under your watch. And you talking about the UNC and Yellow Jersey and Rising Sun. Come on, wake up, doctor. Wake up, doctor. Thank you much.
Thank you, callers. You can call us on 6367547, like this caller here. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good evening, Miss Nicole.
Yes.
She there?
I find there's only one if Nicole's here, you know.
Oh boy, again jealous.
I will have to deal. I will have to deal with you.
I say one good evening. Good evening to the two ladies.
Yes, that's better.
I come again for the caller. I can't be biased. All right, you know.
Go ahead and make your point.
Very well, we have
Mr. Morales
this morning. Yeah, that's why I think they were discussing we had Petrotrin running this morning. We had also that thing. But at the end of the day, it's like the main thing I'm not seeing. We're not seeing the candidates telling us what they plan to do differently from the other past candidates.
That is my point. They're in the same basket.
Well, the manifesto, I think the PNM doesn't. The PNM being in power, their manifesto will be what they did for the last 5 years. They don't really have to print out anything, and the UNC will have to really if they get us well. Their manifesto, I think we are waiting it still. So we like to see well what they have done differently. And the main thing is this COVID thing ahead of us. Whoever continues
the distribution. Well, personally, I have no problem with the opposition leader raising question concerning the funding of this initiative. You know. Neither am I worried about queries concerning who receive larger checks to buy food. But my concern is that there are families who are in desperate need of these hampers and they are deprived of receiving them.
Well, the challenge we had there was it was our first time situation we're in, but then the distributor was a bit sloppy. I think they could have pull more ideas on board and more suggestions on board before they started. Because for some reason it wasn't effective as it was supposed to be. They just worked about
it was not equitably distributed.
Yeah, they worked about 30%. And that was very, very bad because these food supplies were lacking.
After the election, after the election is done, that is it, you know.
And, you know, we spoke about the fact that these candidates are coming out on the field, they're meeting with the electorate, and they are not saying what they are doing. Interestingly enough, I was listening to an interview that was being broadcasted on the the PEP's Facebook page, and I was actually listening to their candidate for Caroni East, and he was saying that flooding is a major issue that's affecting residents in Caroni East, and he actually said what was the PEP's plan to deal with flooding, and that caught my attention because I said, well, finally a candidate
there
is
is
actually
someone who is looking at how they
Yes.
can make the area better.
Of course.
And with general election being less than a month away, people want to hear what would be done for them.
Yes.
Right? Government go this person, government have been functioning like a Chinese acrobat, I say, Nicole. They have been jumping through hoops of hustle, walking through the tight ropes of this rigid economic divide that we have, and they are trying to fit into the mold of good governance.
Yes.
Listeners, you can continue to call us in on Politics 2020 on 6367547, 2275739. If you have trouble reaching us via your cell phones, you can always also WhatsApp us on 378-4975. That's 378-4975. We are also streaming live on the World Wide Web and, of course, on the traditional radio band of 975 FM.
Right.
Nicole, I see that a hurricane is headed this way.
Well, it's not a hurricane.
It's a
just
storm.
yet. It
It's a
has not
storm.
developed just yet. So let me just read the update from the
Yes.
National Hurricane Center.
Let our listeners and viewers get an update. Yeah.
This update was actually released at 1:55 p.m. and it says the National Hurricane Center has updated its forecast for a developing weather system east of Trinidad and the Lesser Antilles, saying that there is a 80% chance of development into a tropical depression. It says satellite imagery and recent satellite wind data indicate that the low pressure system located about midway between the west coast of Africa and the Lesser Antilles continue to get better organized. If current trends continues, advisories will be initiated on this system as the tropical depression later today. The NHC said, however, regardless of development during the next couple days, less favorable conditions should limit additional development by the weekend. The NHC says the chance of formation within 48 hours is high at 80%, and development over the next 5 days is also high at 80%. And I was actually looking at the satellite image from the National Hurricane Center, and it's aimed straight towards Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, it's
again?
like a straight line.
I mean, again?
Yes. I mean, with these weather patterns, things tend to change, and it tends, we get different things, but let's hope, it doesn't really form into a tropical depression, because from the looks of it, it's heading straight in our direction.
Well, we have heard that 1,000 times, and we have been saved
Yeah,
by the grace of God.
God is a Trini,
God
right?
is a Trini, yes. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome.
Ladies, good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
1993, there was a hurricane head for Trinidad. And I taped up windows and
yeah, I
made
think
up all
I
kind
remember that.
I
Block
made
up
up
windows
all
and all of that.
Yes.
And then
yes,
what?
yes, man.
It left.
It's all kind of bored and thing. And here it's coming. It's at the East Coast. Then wait, stop. Nothing happened after that.
Yes. But
You think
nevertheless,
they can right angle to the head north,
Yes. It could be like the COVID, like Dr. Jerry Brooks had said, it make an L curve. Make an L curve, Chris.
Right, and we wait, we say, okay, you're going to hit me, I don't know, and come across and wait, nothing happening.
Yeah.
Breeze blowing.
Well, you see, don't doubt that.
Nevertheless, you have to still be prepared, because that will bring bad weather. It always brings the bad weather.
Let's
so
hear
prepare
this caller
yourself.
here. Good afternoon, welcome.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good Welcome.
Yes, I'm calling to tell you about the PNM and the UNC. Everybody seems to forget that these Caroni workers still waiting
on their lands
for the housing lot of land.
Yes, I haven't forgotten that. I raise it from time to time. That
Yes,
is an issue I've been dealing with that my entire political career.
But the PNM candidate for Coover South, he indicated in an interview that's one of his first orders
priorities.
of business. Yes. So
Mr. Rampasad.
That's right.
All right. So, okay then. Thank you.
So you know what to do. You have to vote for Mr. Rampersad if you live in Couva South.
Well,
I'm not politicizing for him. I'm telling you the facts.
Yes.
No, I have been actually dealing with this issue with RECEP workers awaiting their lots, their agricultural plots to plant and earn a living and survive, and they haven't gotten it up to today since the Manning regime was in power. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome.
Afternoon. No, we had a little nomination day where the apparently the candidates, like, they were not aware of the location of the schools in the constituency, because they had the people who survived the exam had to come out of these schools and tell them, well, exams going on. So, if you know your district well, you're known, and you're in touch with the community at that point. Everybody knew the exam was started on the 13th. And that, but the people, the examiner said, immediately they complied. They didn't give any show, but it was like, I been a candidate going up in the area past, and I must know well, but it have a school there, so you know, have to keep a little noise a little low. And they still need to do it because there are exams going across and school across the country right now. So,
you're still there? He left us.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed. Let me take this caller first before I make that other point. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome.
Hey, thank you for giving me some time. Can I make a comment?
Go right ahead.
All right, thank you. I was driving on Railroad there in Monroe Road near that Endeavor area, and there was like a whole parade of police driving on motorcycles, and it was like maybe 15 police officers, flashing. They don't know what's going on, but they're flashing and they're driving and they're speeding. Everybody had to pull to the side. Then I come to St. Helena, and right by St. Helena and Madras Road, I see like another 40 police officers on motorcycles, all Chinese made, came from China. Let me tell you something. We are under police siege right now. We are a police state, and all they don't even know that. I share this because I read a lot about C.L.R. James. C.L.R. James mentored and helped Dr. Eric Williams so much. And you know what the thanks this man get? A slap in the face. C.L.R. James was denigrated and buried alive by the Dr. late Eric Williams. And I say that because that is the philosophy of the PNM. There's no loyalty. It's about family, race, and winning. When I say race, running, betting, gambling, and putting everything you have to win. And that is what they want to do. They're not going to build a country. Sometimes when you read C.L.R. James' work and you read about the Dr. Eric Williams' work and you compare the two, and then you read some of Professor Brinsley's work, and the other work from the other woman who writes a lot on Barrier Publishing, I forget her name. She's a white woman here in Trinidad who's been here since decades now. You read that and then you compare it and you say, you know what, how I feel? I share this with all you, and I tell you I read a lot. The PNM is like a front for the plantation owners. And the owners have the slave overseers managing the PNM. That is what it is. They're not building a country. They're using a model. We have to build a country. We need real jobs. Real jobs are coming to this Caribbean. And there's a fight for military control. I want to know why the police was all over Caroni today. Because everywhere I see the police, I see UNC. So I want to know, we have headlines about human trafficking going on with a porous border right now. Venezuelans coming in, and 100 will intermingle with we, and they're not even going to be quarantined. But we're worrying about for our people who are living in first world countries or visiting first world countries because they have cash in their pocket and they're still alive. We want to bring them back home, and we say, don't bring them back. They'll kill all of we. Folks, people coming in every single day from our porous borders, and nobody's saying anything. A CARICOM study just showed this. And our Prime Minister sits there and tell us about gardening and what we're selling, pennies on the dollar. Or you're spending money on fertilizer, you're renting a truck, you're renting a tractor, you're plowing your land, and you're making what? $2 for same, $2 for Bodie. Give me a break. There's no plan. And let me tell you something. 5 more years of this, there's going to be a coup. So we have to change the course of our future. That is my comment today. I'm livid because I drive around and I see all these police everywhere. And you say, why are you here? I asked him, I said, why are you here in this corner? What are you doing? He said, keep driving. That is with police. That is Gary Griffith. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you, Miss Madras. Continue to call us in, listeners. 636-7547 or 227-5739.
And I saw, I'm just looking at a flyer. It says Jack is back, and I know
Jack
you
is back.
interviewed.
Yes,
you interviewed him earlier.
Well, as soon as I entered the studio, the boss man said, sit behind the microphone and go and interview Jack. I wasn't even prepared for the interview, but it turned out well.
Yes.
I know Jack personally, so the interview turned out very well. Yes, he is back. He is back in the forum, back in the fray. You know, when I talk about him a couple of days ago, some people say, like, Jack paid for that show or what? No, he didn't pay for the show, but I know the man personally. I know what he's capable of doing. I know Jack would not enter something to lose.
No.
Nicole, that is the man Jack is.
Yes.
He will not go to lose. He would not put his pennies and dollars and cents and his time especially to lose. That is the man Jack Warner.
Well, last night after I left here, I passed through Aruka, and I was only hearing Jack is the man.
Jack is the man. The man
is
lived there.
campaigning in the night.
He lived there. He sleeps there. He works there.
Yes.
All of his his headquarters are in Lopino, Bonaire West. So
yes,
Jack is back. We'll see. Time will tell. Good afternoon.
Evening again, ladies.
Yes.
Well, I know this thing so interesting. I just imagine Jack and Watson, the Balanca Power and Trinidad and Kamala, we sit down in the side. I don't see my mind.
That will be a sight.
Just imagine Jack and Duke on one side and Kamala rolling. That's four of them now decide who will be Prime Minister.
Well, you will have a coalition government.
It's a nice food for thought.
Right, yes, it is. I keep saying that they need a coalition government to work. For things to work out. Either the UNC or the PNM, they cannot get things right.
You see, Watson Duke responded to the Prime Minister again, and he once again stated that the PDP is not aligned to the United National Congress.
Yes, he stated that because people are labeling him UNC. Yes. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome.
You know why the people of Lopino love Jack? Let me tell you why. Lopino have some of the best people just like Movat. And let me tell you something. Lopino has one way in
one way out. That's right.
Out. And that is it. Gail, I had to leave that comment. I just had to say that.
Yes.
And they're very family oriented.
Very family oriented people. Yes.
You want to hear Parang?
That's
it.
They actually have Parang Christmas in July.
Yes.
So they have Parang in Lopino. I think this
Lopino is
weekend.
very nice. Yes.
Lopino is just like us. We are Caroni and Lopino. We are brothers and sisters. I say that.
Okay, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Politics 2020.
Yes, good afternoon, ladies.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, could you tell me the result of the Guyana election?
The Guyana election. Nicole, you have that?
I don't have the information on me here.
There is no latest on it. The matter had gone to court.
The judge supposed to lay a judgment already, eh?
Well, it didn't come up as yet, sir.
Okay.
As soon as it comes to hand, we will make an announcement, okay?
Okay, and the election was Mr. Jack and UNCPNM.
The election is on August 10th.
Yeah, I foresee that UNC will win it because of Jack.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. 636-7547 or 227-5739. Continue to WhatsApp us also on 378-4975. Thank you to those who have sent us WhatsApp messages. We are seeing the messages here. Hello, good afternoon.
You're talking about Lopino and Parang?
Yes.
Lopino Parang is from a christening to a funeral and everything.
Yes, everything else, yes.
Yes,
I had a taste of that for a while, Chris.
They have Spanish roots, so
yes.
that's embedded in them.
And the area is so refreshing.
It have Parang. It have christening. We have wedding, it have birthday party, everything is Parang.
Yes,
and you know where those people came from? When the Cora Valley, when the governor said he was going to have a dam erected in Cora Valley, made them vacate there, and they took their belongings and went over the mountain and came to that place and established Lupino. If you go in the church, the stained glass that you see, the colored glass, that's the glass from the church in Lupino. Sorry, in Korat was brought and placed in Lupino. There's a rich history out there.
Interesting.
That's what I shared with you.
Very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you. 636-7547-2275-739. Before we take a short commercial break, we can entertain a couple calls. Nicole, did you notice how both the UNC and the PNM, they are, at this last minute, they are seeking to get religious initiative into the campaigning? both the Prime Minister and the opposition leader posing with Muslim leaders.
Yes.
I noticed that didn't escape my eye.
I think it's a battle for the Muslim community because we had Rashid Kariman is the Ummah Federation of Trinidad and Tobago. They were vowing their support towards the opposition leader, and then we have the Prime Minister where he distributed the land for the Muslim cemetery, and so we have Nizam Mohammed and his people. They basically in support of the Prime Minister. So I think it's a battle for the Islamic community.
Is it a battle for photograph? Both Kamala and Rowley finding their photograph with the Muslim community. Well, does it fare well for either party? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne. You know what is very strange or interesting? I find it strange is that, did you?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah. Is that Kamala is a confirmed Baptist. That is not a secret. She said that. She's a Baptist.
Yes.
But they're vying the votes of the Muslim people and the Hindu people and the Presbyterian people. Where are the Baptist supporters of Kamala? I'm not seeing any Baptists around her.
A good observation. You're saying that she should have had photographs with the Baptist community.
Of course, she should have them half, three-quarter, them with them, both Pandey and herself, give them land.
As Prime Minister, yes, she said she's a converted Baptist.
Yep, and she even going as far as to be converted. So I would like to see some of them, and thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. We know that the UNC is basically it's Hindu-based.
Yes.
True Bastille Pandey.
Yes.
Right? And the notion that the party is Hindu-based, they were trying to move away from that. I think they were trying to move away from that and show that they include and welcome everyone.
Yes.
So Mistress Kamala Prasad Visesa, during her regime, she had said that she is a Baptist. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome.
Politics makes strange. Good afternoon. Sorry, ladies. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Bad fellas,
yes.
Think about what you all now said there. So all of a sudden, because right now she's speaking on behalf of the Hindu community.
Muslim.
Right?
The Muslims, yeah.
But no. She tried to get the Muslims to come across with the fella from Cuba. So the Prime Minister decided, after that the Muslim organization said, whatever we're doing, we renounce people from that fella. Okay? So the Prime Minister come and give us the land, and he had the own Muslim organization.
Yes.
But we go back to the former Prime Minister. She said to us, imagine that she used to go up there every Baptist arrival. They were the biggest African Baptist head where you could see. And all of a sudden, she gets reconverted again. Politics makes
well, you know, the onus is on the electorate to make that decision.
That's what I keep saying. This thing here with Lavanti and Mova, where they tell themselves dreams. You can give them as much flags as Jersey. I think we are a little more intelligent than that around this community. Enjoy the evening, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. We'll take a short commercial break and then we will return to Politics 2020. Coming up at 4 p.m. is Major News with Irma Ratan Singh.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
Gawe guni
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk.
It's Yummy Tummy Time with Ermi. Join me Mondays to Fridays at 9:30 a.m. and get tasty and exciting recipes. Learn to create dishes and much more right here on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Yummy Tummy with Ermi.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
All will be fine. Look, we made the right choice every time. Still a job to be done and a race to be won, and we know we will win every time. Just keep the faith, heads up high. We're together in this, you and I. Yes, the job will be done and the race will be won, and we know we will win every time. And we go vote for the love of we country. We go vote to protect the treasury. Vote. It's only Dr. Rowley, the right choice for TMT. PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Welcome back to Politics 2020. It's just about 20 minutes before the top of the hour, where you can call in and express your views. Tell us, are you busy campaigning? Are you seeing the electorate? Are you seeing the candidates? Nicole, Dr. Rowley, on the Point Fortin seat was under the regime of the PNM for the last 5 years, and Dr. Rowley had promised in the last general election that there would be a multi-million-dollar fire station, and to date, well, that sort of haven't been turned as yet. We wonder what is the status with that, or whether they will get that, they will get that initiative started just before the election. One can only wait and see.
Yes, that's right.
Point Fortin is a major industrial estate developing more and more with Labidco and all those other industries that they have down there. Yes. They don't have a major fire station.
Agro-processing plant. They got a hospital, so maybe the fireworks is in the making.
It's in the making. Yes. Well, it's election time. You never know.
That's right.
There may yet be another shovel to turn.
We have enough time. We have about, 19 days?
19 days,
19 more days.
19 more days before that grand date when you dip your finger in the political ink. Are you voting or are you not? Are you staying away? How much of the electorate? I have the figures somewhere here where in the last election, Nicole, so many voters had stayed away from voting. A population of 1.3 million people. There were thousands, over 300,000 persons did not vote. Let's hear this caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to the ladies.
Good afternoon.
I want to say the PNM is giving out hampers here, there, and everywhere. Well, not everywhere.
Not in the right places. I opened by speaking about the hampers not reaching the right place.
But here what? They're giving out hampers. They're giving out money, jerseys, this, whatever.
Really? Where? Let me know where so I can get one.
I myself, I ain't get nothing yet.
My argument is not whether or not they distribute hampers, you know. My argument is that the hampers are deprived of reaching the right people.
Here what I want to tell you. They have senior citizens who apply for their money, pension, but since February and up to now they haven't received anything. And it's more than one person. They forget about the senior citizens, and people need their money too.
You're talking about those eligible for old age pension?
Yes, people apply since February and they get nothing.
Yeah, well, with the COVID, those things have been back
COVID
paced.
is no excuse. COVID,
Well,
we don't have COVID here. People don't understand.
Yes,
that
but
we don't have
everything in the
COVID.
country, you don't understand that the government was shut down virtually. You didn't have public
Yeah,
servants
but
out.
They see they're glad that it had this COVID away, so them get us escape from this here.
No, I can't say that. Listen, we have
Because
80,000
no
public servants,
community-
and they had remained at
No,
home.
here, no community here or no Trinidadian people here and get no COVID. Everybody is coming from
We
foreign
are
news.
aware that.
Foreign news people is coming from over here with the COVID.
Listen to what I am saying first. We are aware that COVID was not a major threat here. Irregardless, the government had shut down the public service. Okay? You only had essential public servants going out.
Yes, but
So therefore they could not process that.
Yes, but still, and now that some of the places open, you still cannot get.
Well, they have only recently
These public
opened back,
places,
about
you're
2
calling
weeks
them-
ago.
You're calling them and you're not even getting through. You're not getting through to TSTT, nowhere they say online, this and that, and you're not getting no one answering. What kind of thing they have going on? You can't get, you're spending your money and you can't get service.
Well, is that strange in the public service?
I don't know what, I really don't know.
Under
what
the
is-
last
what
government,
is
I had
this?
experienced
You know,
the same
I
thing.
vote for PNM all the years, but not me again, you know. I learned a lesson from this 5 years going here. I learned a lesson. You see me, I go over to yellow because Miss Kamala, she was a good performer, and I voted for performance. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you. Nicole, I think that public servants in general, that is how they perform
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this country.
definitely.
Even when the People's Partnership was in charge, I
Yes.
had the same experience. Hello, good afternoon.
I think that guy who buys all those commercial airtime on U97, I think he sounds like somebody you need to bring in the studio and interview. Have you done that before?
Is
The
that
Vancouver South candidate?
What's his name, Rajendra?
Yes, he
Yeah.
was here. He was here
Yes.
some time ago.
You need to bring him back.
Friday? He was here Friday, and he was.
Well, we will bring him back. He's not too far away. His
I'll tell
office
you
is
why.
not too far away.
I'll tell you why I think you should bring him back. His voice when he talks, it's very sincere. And when people hear him, you know, we as Indian voters, people who live in poor communities, and they hear this businessman who made it to the top, and now he's running for election. We always say, oh my God, we're so happy for you. One of our people made it. You're going to help we? I'd like to know how he made it to the top, because he was in Dow Village, and he talked about his background. He said, I'm a businessman. So what kind of businessman are you? What do you do? Trust funds? Do you do mutual funds? Are you a hardware person? Are you import-export? Tell us. And tell us how you raise your family. Because we want to know why you are so successful and we still struggling. What singles you out? Because every time I look at the PNM people, I'll tell you something, they always say we are a family. When you are a family, you're linked by lineage and blood and consanguinity. Consanguinity means by marriage. But when you are part of that, you cannot go against it, because earlier in your program you were talking about Dubai. Do we want to be like Dubai? You know what? Dubai is one big family, and if you go against the family rule, they will take all your money away and put you in jail. They could even kill you. Yeah, I just had to look at Adnan the Khashoggi guy. But this is the reality of what we're dealing with. And I think sometimes we joke around and we're very jugular about it. And we're like, yeah, hey. The fact of the matter is there's some very wealthy people. Mr. Rambarad talked about Lange Park. What is the history of Lange Park? Lange Park is owned by a very wealthy family, and they own oil and gas in this company. Can they account for their wealth? You'll never ask them. You go to the Indian hardware man and say, how you get so rich? Well, you build a big house with all them balusters, and I want to know. You see, we need to stop this game. We have real issues here, and they never want to educate us. They want to keep we in the Stone Age like the Flintstones. And half of we people look like the Flintstones because they don't take care of their health. That is my comment.
Thank you. 636-7547, 2275739. Continue to call us in, or you can text us on WhatsApp on 378-4975. Like this caller here. Good afternoon. Hello.
And to Ms. Duki, a blessed day to you.
Same to you.
They will break the hamper in 2 syllables. Hamper, don't hamper. Since PNM win election, they hamper, they hammer, they harm the brothers, they harm the sisters. This country going to be a crush in defeat. And this is why, you know, when I just come to blame Mr. Rowley, no, I will not blame him. I will not blame Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa. The voters of this country are the problems to our very own self. If we cannot stand up and see for the last 5 years and this 5 years, what we have get for this 5 years, everybody going home. You pull the heart of this country out. How much factories follow long after that? Every government institution collapsed. And to old talk, and more old talk. We have you don't hear Mr. Imboat now? You don't hear the Minister of National Security? Who you don't hear? Only Mr. Rowley. Because he could talk with a voice and hoping that the people could come and he could talk for we to keep us stupid. Not again. The young people is in the 21st century. We have to understand this. If we don't understand this, we, the voters, did we get value for taxpayers' money? Not for this 5 years at all. We never get value for it. And we, the citizens, have to see what Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa has done. She educate the young people. This government come, take it away, put them backward. And if I see in for sure, Mrs. Kamla is coming back and Mr. Rowley is going out. Who could say what? It is like that. And when we, the citizens, could unite, don't come and say this one makes me do that and that one makes me do that. And if you had 3 friends and you home, they say friends just take you and carry you, but they don't bring you back. As you see the first friend who come by your house, you know where you're going. The second friend, as you see him, you know where you're going. The third friend. So don't blame your friends for your mistakes. You have the right to do what you have to do in your life. Every young citizen of this land wants something good, but we need a good leader. This government is like the West Indies. They win one match and everybody bowl and jumping up and laughing. What happened to the West Indies now? You see, this is the attitude of we, the citizens of this country. We just make our own problem, but want to blame somebody else for it. Have a blessed and wonderful day, Anne.
Thank you, caller. 636-7547. Like this caller here. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon to the 2 Dukis.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
This morning or sometime I heard the former energy minister, Ram Narayan, making assumption about some gas in the Cascadura field or something like that.
Yes. Kevin Ram Narayan.
Right.
He said there's potential for a lot of gas that could bring profit to the country.
Actually, he said it's the biggest discovery in the history of the country.
How early you say this thing could happen, Anne?
He didn't say how early,
No.
probably within a year or so.
Yeah, he
Well,
did.
let me tell you something.
I predict within a year. The way the
Well, all
minister
right.
spoke, he didn't give a timeline.
And if the election call in August, 10th of August, and it coming in a year time, that will be 10th of August of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hope the PNL remain this. Because Kamla going to take up every cent that gas is and feed people in the truck and give it away and tell it away. And now she might be able to buy her own helicopter. So let me hope the PNL remain this. Well, I from Chaguanas West and I'm going to vote PNM. I don't want to ever see she go back aside as a prime minister in 2019. and take away all the money and feed people and give people and have nothing to collect in the end. I never get a half. I work hard, I save the money, I send children to school, I build my little house, I this and that and the other, and I still trying to get my little piece of county land from land management, and I trying to get a little money from both the WIDE and the EU money, and I'm still waiting on that, and I will keep on waiting. But I'm begging God to put it so you could take you up from 29 seats and put you on the side of the road. Don't ever put you back with 18 seats. You could put you with about 15 seats.
Okay, thank you, caller. Hello, good afternoon. Well, let me just make it clear to that last caller there that Mistress Kamala Prasad Visasa did not get 29 seats on her own. It was because of the People's Partnership, because of the influence of Mr. Jack Warner in the whole episode, that they had a total of 29 seats. Hello, good afternoon.
Evening, the 2Ds.
Yes, sir.
You know, well, one thing, out of all the candidates, Jack Warner do really has a campaign because he have a track record. He just had
his name alone speaks for itself.
No.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah. Right, and
quickly, I have other calls coming in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon, Ms.
Yes,
Duki.
welcome.
Did you listen to Ms. Madras Road contribution and the two Dukis in the studio? You see, I had raised this.
What do you mean if I listen to him, the host?
No, what I'm saying, when I spoke to Kenrick and Ms. Duki in the morning program,
oh, no, I didn't.
A history background of each candidate that is running for the election this year, within 3 weeks' time. Much people is voting because of party. Does really the electorate in this country know the history background of some of these candidates? And that is why I question. Because we've seen some new faces on the front line of the United National Congress, and we've seen some of the PNM as well. But do we really the two major parties I'm talking about, Ms. Anne? And
well, you know, I had attempted to begin portraying some of these new candidates, and you know what? I got a lot of pressure from the UNC telling me they can't speak to me until I write to the PRO and one set of thing. I'm a print journalist, and
that is the problem.
I used to, back in previous elections, I had written about candidates, each area, each district, PNM, UNC, independent candidates, their background, all of that. I can go back and pull it up and show you, and I have done that. So I attempted to do that on radio, and the UNC candidates, well, they turn a blind eye to it. Let me say that.
They want us to vote for a candidate, right? But does really the people who campaigning at this particular time every afternoon, right? Does the people really know the background history and educational history of these people that aspire to run this country? Second thing, we in South Trinidad, up to now from 2019, Ms. Dukis in the studio, we haven't gotten our flood compensation or relief grant from the present government of the 2019 flood. But hamper sharing out, money sharing out. Did they forget that people in South Trinidad had a flood in 2019, in December 2019, when we were changing from cotton money to polymer? Did people forgot that? But at the end of the day, they see, when I talk, people will say, I am anti-UNC. We have not gotten any support from United National Congress, which is a die-hard community, to help us in getting compensation. So when people come at me and say, well, you have to vote UNC, we want to support. What support can I give you when you're not giving me the support when I am in time of need? And this is the problem. I asked Eric who to vote for. And I did do like your caller before, vote PNM and call it off. Because we are getting suffered in our community that has been die-hard UNC for years gone by and maybe years to come. But when you ask them for the support to help you in something, they do not have the time. You just said it. You're asking them to do a little research history on the candidate, and they're refusing you. So what do you expect? Are they want to govern this country? Have a wonderful evening. Take care.
Thank you, caller from DB. Continue to call us in 636-7547. Good afternoon. Welcome. Hello, welcome. Hello, good afternoon.
I'd like to make a comment. That last gentleman who spoke about the PNM and he's going to vote PNM, I'm going to tell you something, Sue. You better get your shackles on and put some bracelets around your wrist and chain yourself to something. Because the PNM is all about Providence and all about the church. And let me tell you something. You think they care about us? The poor people who built this country, who built the United States? Let me tell you that. Today I went to a supermarket, and it's a supermarket that hires a lot of Venezuelans. I always love talking to them because I speak a little Spanish. And Venezuelans are very different when you meet them in the United States. They're hardworking people, and they still are hardworking people here. But this country is confusing us because our government has failed in the border security. But anyway, when I was talking to this young boy, he was 17 years old. I almost cried, Anne. Let me tell you why. You know what he said to me? He started saying, where you from, where you live? And I said, I said, vivo en Estados Unidos. I lived in the United States. And he said, oh my God, I love the Yankees. I love the Red Sox. I love baseball. I want to go to the United States and play baseball. And I said, oh my God, me too, I love baseball. And we started talking baseball. I connected with this kid. And you know what, when I connected with this kid, I realized something. The United States put sanctions on Cuba. They're not recruiting any more Cuban baseball players. But let me tell you something. Baseball players in America, nothing compared to what these football and soccer players make. They make hundreds of millions of US dollars. And I said to myself, why do we have to always follow the white enslavers? Parliament doesn't work in this country. We need constitutional reform. We could be better than the United States because we built that United States. We built them. We built them on the back of slavery. We bred people to go and work in plantation. Even after slavery was ended, let me tell you something, Mr. PNM guy. After slavery ended, this country got $20 million and $10 million went to the masses. Not a dime went to all you.
Okay, let's take another call here. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Belmont.
Yes, this is Duque.
Good afternoon.
And your co-host, all the listeners and callers. Here it is. To think that a partnership in 210 made any difference to the election is making a big, big mistake. There are only two parties from 1995 to now. Only two parties that accumulate enough votes to win an election. And the UNC don't have any of those votes alone. And neither the PNM have those votes alone. But it is predominantly two parties. And it is not the partnership. One of these days I will tell you who it is. It is the invisible people that came out of the NAR in 1986. It is not the partnership. Among the partnership, you have NJAC, you had the COP, and all those people. The COP was a part of the UNC. Those other parties could never put the amount of votes for the UNC to get in. And it was shown in 2015 because when Mrs. Bicester won the seat in 2010 with no track record, she went back with a good track record and lost. That she couldn't come out to address the followers. And I'll tell you one of these days what it is. And it's a voluntary group.
Okay, Mr. Belmont, we have to go to the top of the hour for the news. You can always call us back.
You know I don't hear well. But
okay, anyhow, we have news now. News at the top of the hour.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 97.5 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, multicultural radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is the 4 p.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Uma Ratan Singh. Good afternoon. Leader of the Independent Liberal Party, Jack Warner, says he is not distracted by Dr. Keith Rowley. He said the allegations made against him come years after he left the ministry. Mr. Warner spoke exclusively to U97.5 FM earlier today.
Listen, Dr. Rowley had just proved himself to be the clown of 4 years. The fact is, allegations made against me. Some say some both for $117 million. That was 5 years ago or 7 years ago. I left the ministry in 2013.
He questioned the timing of Dr. Rowley's statements.
I left the ministry in 2013. It took him 7 years to know that I had some kind of allegation. 7 years, and mere weeks before election. 7 years I left that ministry. It's only now he know about some corruption deal involving me. I will not dignify Dr. Rowley's foolishness. As I've told you, the state, let him try again. There is no way he will distract me by talking this amount of nonsense. I must set my narrative, not he.
Land tenure continues to be an issue affecting some constituents in Chaguanas East. This was revealed by the People's National Movement candidate for the area, Clarence Rambarat. He spoke exclusively to U97.5 this morning.
When you get to Enterprise right up to Hassarat Road, the key issue is land tenure. Thousands of persons living on land, more than 1,500 families on Badis lands, for example.
This is an issue which Mr. Rambarat hopes to address once elected into office.
Unless you survey and give out the deeds to those lands, unless you survey and identify the flow of the drainage and the road infrastructure and so on, we would not have development. So at the core of what I propose for that area from Montrose right up to Hassarat in terms of land tenure is settling the issue, getting the surveys done, getting the deeds and certificates of comfort in the hands of the residents, but also developing the infrastructure.
This country's business community is not very confident about government's ability to revitalize the country's economy if the current COVID-19 pandemic continues to exert pressure on the economy. This was revealed in a report prepared by Market Facts and Opinions. This report was done in collaboration with the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, and the American Chamber of Commerce of Trinidad and Tobago. However, in light of events taking place in the global economy, just over 36% of the respondents were confident in the government's ability to put the right measure in place to help sustain the economy. Police are searching for a woman and her accomplice after finding the body of a newborn girl's body on Monday at the Forest Park landfill in Claxton Bay. Police said around 11:45 a.m., scavengers discovered the body in a cardboard box amongst piles of garbage in an area called The Pit and alerted workers and the police. Police from Central Division and Homicide Bureau Region 3 responded. They said the baby appeared to be a few days old, and it was too early to establish if she was alive or dead when she was left there. An autopsy is expected to be done at the Forensic Sciences Center to determine the cause of death. Anyone with information can contact any police station. Regionally, an all-day cultural affair could possibly replace the annual Grand Calumet Day revelry in Barbados. Minister of Culture John King revealed this information on state television Monday night. The event is to include elements of cancelled crop over the costumes being incorporated. King said the idea is to get all parishes on board and to make it an all-day festival. This news comes just 2 hours after a Barbados Government Information Service release said that permission had been given to increase the numbers for public gatherings for 2 specific days, including Emancipation Day. internationally. According to an inquiry, the United Kingdom government badly underestimated the Russian threat and the response it required. The Intelligence and Security Committee long-awaited report into Russia activity in the UK said the government was playing catch-up and needed to take immediate action. The report also claimed the government made no effort to investigate Russian interference in the EU referendum and said the government was fully aware of the significant and enduring threat Russia posed. The ICS inquiry covers a number of topics including disinformation campaigns, cyber tactics, and Russian expertise in the UK. Much of the highly sensitive detail was not published due to the fear that Russia could use the evidence to threaten the UK. And on to the weather forecast for this afternoon. For the period this afternoon and tonight, Trinidad will experience sunny conditions, which will give way to cloudy periods. There is a 60% chance of the heavy shower or thunderstorm along western coastal areas. Tonight will be cloudy at times with intermittent showers in varying localities. Predominantly sunny conditions over most areas despite one or two showers during the afternoon in a few areas. Tonight will be mostly clear despite an odd overnight shower over the southern islands. Sea slight to moderate, waves 1 meter to 1.5 meter in open waters and near calm in sheltered areas. The current temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. And that's the end of the news to 4 p.m. Join us at 6 p.m. for more news. I am Uma Ratansingh. Good afternoon.
Was Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Leisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk. Talk Your Talk.
It's Yummy Tummy Time with Ermi. Join me Mondays to Fridays at 9:30 a.m. and get tasty and exciting recipes. Learn to create dishes and much more right here on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Yummy Tummy with Ermi.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Couva Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Couva. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with the Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
All will be fine. Look, we made the right choice every time. Still a job to be done and a race to be won, and we know we will win every time. Just keep the faith, heads up high. We're together in this, you and I. Yes, the job will be done and the race will be won, and we know we will win every time. And we go vote for the love of we country. We go vote to protect the treasury. Vote is only Dr. Rowley, the right choice for TNT. PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Welcome back to Politics 2020. We thank Umar Ratensing for that major newscast at 4 p.m. It's back now to you, the listeners and viewers. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Hans.
You're welcome.
I just want to clear up something about what Miss Madras Road said. She didn't understand my contribution. I will never vote PNM. I have been supporting United National Congress ever since I had the age from UNC days or ULP days, whatever they call it, in voting. I am 50 years of age. I have suffered enough in my community with flooding and cost of living. And yet, when United National Congress People's Partnership was there in office, that People's Partnership government turned their back on the Caroni workers when Ms. Kamala had the right to settle those agreements. I have my differences with United National Congress. Definitely, I don't like how the country's been run under Dr. Rowley and his government, but I will not vote the PNM. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, we have a right to vote for who we want to. When the Election and Boundaries Commission can put on a ballot paper, D, none of the above, you will see how many people coming out to cast that, because they have realized that many times politicians come to their home and lie to them year after year, 5 years after every 5 years, and still no headway in their living, in their livelihood, and in the comfort of their life. So when the end of the day come on, people don't understand some contributions. They need to understand when people say that when we had United National Congress People's Partnership in office, yes, the country was running smooth. We had enough. People were getting things done, yes. But when the election called and Dr. Rowley won, and he was elected the Prime Minister, is when things started to fall apart. So we understand what goes on in this country. But what you said about having the history of the candidates, I agree with you. I mentioned that in Kenrick program. So I'm not going to vote the PNM. In fact, I made my mind up. If I told Kenrick and that if Mr. Nilvan Maraj from the National Solidarity Assembly had a candidate in my community, I would have left my job early every single day lunchtime and campaign with that party. You know why? When you listen to Mr. Nilvan Maraj's contribution on Kenrick program, you get to understand the history of this country, and you get to understand where you were and where you can be going. But people don't listen to Mr. Maraj, and he has a very, very valid contribution on your radio station. That's why I listen to him every Friday when Kenrick have him. So I would have voted for the National Solidarity Assembly. I cannot see myself voting for UNC again because I have been disappointed for the past number of years. And every year that I flood this Madras Road, let me just say this to you, I have crossed over $200,000 in losses. $200,000 in losses for the past number of years that I have been flooding, and nobody to my assistance.
Which either regime?
Huh?
Either regime, the PNM or the UNC?
Yeah, I am not going to vote any of the two frontliners. I am not going to do it. And I made a promise to myself, the only person I would have voted for, or which party I would have voted for, was Mr. Maraj Party, because I understand Mr. Maraj policies and philosophies. He's a very outspoken human being, and I love the way he speaks, and I love the ideas that he throws out in the program. So I want people to understand, this year, this election, I will be sitting on the fence watching, because at the end of the day, and all these recordings, you should be recording these things. Because when you see 8-9 months pass after the election, the UNC do win this government back, and people ain't get what they want to get, you will hear them singing a different horse of a color.
Well,
and you will laugh.
It's all recorded on YouTube. It's live on YouTube, so it's all there. The evidence is there.
Because I can tell you this, Kingsley was at PNM, and all of a sudden Kingsley jumped on the bandwagon with UNC, and he political leader. But you know what? I am saying it again. I have made up my mind. Everybody by now and has made up their mind who they want to vote for. You cannot tell somebody to vote for a party or for a candidate. Everybody have their mind of their own. But at the end of the day, are you getting the value from that candidate when he promised you that he will take care of your issues and help you in difficult times? Yes, all of us are human beings, and we know things cannot be done right away. But 12 years in a row I've been suffering. 13 years in a row I've been suffering. And no help? I cannot continue that no more, Anne. Have a pleasant and wonderful day.
Thank you. That's why I said, and I made mention of this when I opened the program, that to the voters and to the constituents out there, it feels more like a circus. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome. Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to pay my respect to Mr. Larry Sang. Over the years, I've been listening to this program, and he has put up a fight and is still putting up a fight. I remember at one time he asked for some people to come and join him in this protest. Nobody want to come. They want to stay in the house, in a nice rock out and take a phone and call and things going to happen like that. But Mr. Swami, I have been following his story, and any time people decide to really protest and not be a part of the two existing political parties, I would be there. I can't walk too good, but I would be there. And for Miss Madras Road, you are a very educated person, but please don't take on that pressure like that. I could feel my telephone shaking when you're talking, because you seem to know. No, she seems to know a lot of what I know. And I at one time I was talking and I fell down.
You could feel the walls vibrating. She is a woman that speaks with passion.
Yes, I was talking to some little political thing up here, and I tried that way, and I collapsed. So, take it easy, lady. You know a lot. Seem to be a very educated lady too. But I would say, take it easy. Don't give up your life for these two set of thieves that is up there. And as for Kamla Prasad, Mr. Ma'am, you can't fix nothing. Open the borders now. Open. Ma'am, take a look at the people around you and move to Suta. You have so much young people with you. What do you think going to happen? Where the experience going to come from? Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Speaking about opening the borders now, let me just give you, the listeners, an update from the Johns Hopkins University, latest COVID-19 update worldwide. Globally, so far there have been 599,000 deaths. There have been in the United States alone 141,426 deaths. Let's go to the lines. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Belmont again.
Yes, Mr. Belmont.
You have to understand what I'm saying. The partnership you're talking about, which is NJAC, MSJ, and COP, and the other one. Now, NJAC, they cannot accumulate 100 votes in an election. And if they cannot accumulate 100 votes when they put up their own candidate, how can they get together with the UNC and vote out the PNM 2912? And the subsequent election, the PNM was voted out 18. So you have to understand, there is an invisible force that influence the voting. And the only way the UNC can get back in is if that invisible force decide, look, enough of PNM. You see, you have to know the history of the politics. In 1981, there was a party they called the ONR that came into the play, and they got over 100,000 votes. Before that, what we used to have PNM until a dead. PNM until a dead. But after that, there was just a few that couldn't even win the election in 2010 to take the PNM till a dead. So therefore, is the ONR has the key up to today. ONR has the key up to today to decide who should go into the government and who should not go into the government. And unless and until these parties pay homage to Carl Austin Phillip and the ONR and get these people, now they are just special people, you know. They don't walk about saying PNM till they're dead, but they will PNM all the time. So now it is, the PNM can hardly win on their own. Look at the UNC won 3 times. 95, in 95, they had was to depend on Romanson to give them 2 seats. In 2000 was the only time they ever won, 1915 too. And by the time they went back to the election, what happened? It was 1818. They don't have the amount of voters on their side to put them into government. They have to, they cannot decide on the invisible force. It's the invisible force have to say, well, look, I'm fed up with the PNM, let me put back the UNC. And this is what they have to work on. And they went on the ground, and they walk in, and the PNM walk in on the ground. But the PNM cannot get more votes than PNM till a dead. And the UNC cannot get more votes than UNC until a dead. It is the ONR who is to put you into power.
Okay, Mr. Belmont, we have to entertain other callers. Callers, please try and make your comment and let them be strict because we want to entertain as much calls as possible. To that caller who was asking me about the latest with the Guyana elections, let me say that the Permanent Council for the Organization for American State holds a virtual special meeting today to consider the state of the electoral process in Guyana at the request of the Secretary Luis Almagro. Hello, good afternoon and welcome.
And to Ms. Duki, I'll come back again.
Yes, I'm alone in studio.
All right. Ms. Ann, you see what Mr. Jack Warner said? He did not like the cabal. And when Mrs. Kamala...
He said Jack is back, yes.
He said he did not like the cabal. And when she gets rid of all of them, that was the first Prime Minister that stand up for honesty, dignity, and transparency. Go and clear yourself and come back. The people saying this, and she didn't afraid to do it when she was picking her team to come for this election.
Caller, let me engage with you a little bit there. What about the other members of her party who had accusation made about them similarly? They remained in Parliament with her. They didn't have to clear their name and come back.
And, to stick with that. Everybody saying something.
And I'm sure you know who I'm speaking
about.
about.
I have to come to get something from you, right? I will look for the lowest point to hit you to get it.
I'm saying that there were other members of her cabinet that had accusation made against them similarly. And up to today, they hold a post.
But who get hold on?
Well, did Jack Warner get hold?
Yes.
No. He have been sent to jail?
And he have a case.
You are innocent until proven guilty, sir. That
Yes,
is the law anywhere in the world.
But, you see, we does always make excuses for the wrong.
No, you are innocent until proven guilty. You can't put your neck on the hangman noose that the man is guilty.
The only Prime Minister started to fight corruption, girl. if people open their...
Well, if she
some
had
people
to
have
start to
open their
fight
eyes, you know.
corruption, I will tell you she had to start fighting it from home. I was internal there, I would know that. 636-7547, 227-5739. When you call with facts. Hello, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yes?
I want to pay my respect to Mr. Jack Warner. He is a man among men. No matter what they try to pull him down, then ni makaram in UNC.
Of course, I always say that. They are Nimakarams.
Nimakaram.
Without him, there would have been no People's Partnership.
Did you hear what Jack said? They driving B14. Thanks to him, they move up in life. They didn't have no money. He put money in their pocket. And this is how they treated that man. Even Kamala Prasad, my sister, who people touting so good, she disrespected the man. 1 week I hear her saying, Jack used to walk from Enterprise to walk to school barefoot. And how he sacrificed himself and what he is today. Next week, oh, Jack involved in corruption. I don't care what that corruption didn't come from Trinidad and Tobago. And like you rightly said, you are innocent until proven guilty. We have billionaires people in the UNC. What they're doing there? What they're doing? Just beating up them out? No. I don't have court clothes. I may have no money. Otherwise, I would let loose some names and stuff here that people have been shot. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. 636-7547, 227-5739. The talk ended up being with Jack Warner. I know you always have a effect on people out there. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome.
Good afternoon again, and
yes,
I just want to tell you, President of the 2x4 Club, you will have an opportunity to be with us after the elections, about 2 months or 3 months after the election. We at the South Riverine Action Front Group will be having our march coming up from Wellington Road Junction to Bubsing Park in Penal. So you will be welcome if you want to join with us in our march to highlight flooding, and not only flooding, poverty, high cost of food living in this country. You will be part of it if you wish to join us. So don't worry. We don't want to have no march, no protest at this particular time for people to say that we are politicizing, UNC and PNM. No. We give it a break, and COVID-19 is still around. So after the election is over, we're going to get our permit, and we're going to have our peaceful protest, peaceful march to highlight our issues in the southern area. So don't worry, Mr. President of the 2x4 Club. The opportunity is coming. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. If you have relatives or families living across in Florida, just a report for you according to the latest BBC report. There are 54 hospitals in Florida where their intensive care units have reached their capacity level. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes.
Nicole's still here, right?
No, she's out of the studio.
All right, okay. Well, good afternoon to you. Now, I don't know what Jack Warner do there for us. I want Kamala to come out and tell people what is the letter that Stacey Roplayan gave she when she was in government about a certain minister. And then after we go to East, Kamala was fighting corruption, and I'm telling you today, and I'm telling you what I hear and what I know, and hear it from the mouth of these fellas then, that they say move Jack Warner at any cost. You're going to take over the UNC, and they're going to change the dynamic of the UNC. And that is why they fire him. They fire him under no corruption and don't care your name because FIFA is not Kamala business. And she could say, jump higher, jump low. Like greater gun on the side like him. She will never see that office again later.
Thank you. 636-7547. It's 4:30 in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon. Welcome. Lower the volume. Please lower the volume on your radio. There's a feedback.
All right, my dear. Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
I call to compliment you for speaking the truth. No bacchanal, no he say, she say, them say, and they say. I always like to call when the truth is being spoken. I hate bacchanal and all that.
I'm speaking the truth because I was there.
That's correct. And they had to compliment Jack Warner. Use his money, He called in the right people. He pick all the right people for them. And when they finish, they want to tie him up like a bucket crab and go out the money and thing it.
He teach them how to eat with knife and fork.
That's correct.
He paid and teach them how to eat with knife and
correct.
fork.
And they
I was
became
there, so I
millionaires
know.
by playing the fool with the money. He kept his word. And anywhere he go, people will always follow him. And when he come in with this place right now, he will be very, very
Lupino
powerful.
Bonnet West, yes.
Yeah, very powerful because everybody knew that he kept his word. He was a man. He come early in the morning. And if he tell you get in the house, you get out. If he could think, he make sure he help you in some positive way. And a lot of people like the Bacchanal. Bacchanal don't work. You speak the truth. And a lot of people problem is because they're not helping themselves. If you have a water problem, save your money, invest your money, make sure you're cheap and tight and help yourself. Because the election belongs to the people who have. They will direct it, they will organize it, and they will benefit from it. And they will hand over to the ones who poor, the gimme gang who poor, who are looking for things. Always help yourself, and then you will be assisted. Thank you for speaking the truth. Thank you again, my dear. Keep it up.
Take care. 4:32. Call us in live in studio on Politics 2020. If you have any issue, we are discussing Mr. Jack Warner, his candidacy for Lupino Bonnet West. We are speaking about the water levels, the current capacity of the Hollis Reservoir. Right now it is 54%, Caroni Arena 58%. Caller, just hold a second. Yeah. Nave Dam is 57%. Hillsborough in Tobago is 53%. And yet there are several areas across the East-West corridor that are not getting a supply of water. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, from the beginning, when I heard you said that Mr. Warner was going to throw his hat in the ring, I told you I supported the man. I like the man. I cannot be ungrateful to him as a UNC supporter. A lot of people turn their back and walk away and forget what he did for people throughout Trinidad, not only UNC people, no, because when he was on the partnership, I hear about people who live in Lavantil and PRM Stronghold came to him for help, and he used to see them early from 4 o'clock in the morning, you know. And what he didn't like, that is that you would know what I'm going to say now, according to what he said. He talked to the Mrs. Bisasa in the morning, and he wanted a chance to resign, give him to think. And he left San Fernando, he went to Trin City, to Apuja. And some boy called him there and tell him, you get fired. And however, the backbone of your party, you could treat him like that, and you could turn away the backbone, you break your backbone. And Paul said the same thing too. He was watching television with each other when he get fire. So, I mean, you can't treat your people like that. And I feel sorry for the treatment of Jack, because in the 18th time when Patrick Manning wasn't paying the UNC people, he paid them and all kind of thing, you know. And people in Chaguanas were here for a lot of people when they could get pension and other things. I mean, you're going to lie in the public. Nobody never say he lying. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. 636-7547, 2275739. Hello, good afternoon.
You know, I want to deal with one of the points that guy now deal with there. You know, as all of us are part of our organization. I'm an adult, you are an adult. And I was called to serve or asked to serve, I got the opportunity to serve. And the event we have some difference, I want to make some choice or change. I think it is as a good leadership. You call me and you say, Mr. So and say, you know, I consider making a change, so and so, and I'd like to inform me. I'm not supposed to really hear as an adult over television or over radio that I was removed from a post of advice. Unless only in the case where I've done something, I've been like, even if I've done something that misrepresented the party or the country or whatever it is, but still, call me and have a chat with me as an adult. You agree with that? What do you think? Aye.
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Okay, take care. Let us take a short commercial break. It's 25 minutes to the hour, and when we come back, you can continue to call us on 636-7547, 2275739.
Brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is a PNM power. PNM, a positive healing power. PNM, moving forward together. PNM, introducing Rishi, my brother.
All of we is one family. All of we is one family.
August 10th. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is now on Facebook. Like us, follow and share our page. We'll be sharing the latest news, tips and much more. You can also view what's happening in our studio. Find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel at RCL U975.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
Hi, my name is Nicole Dookie, and I am inviting you to join me alongside Kenrick Jaggernaut on U-Talk, Mondays to Fridays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. We will be bringing you all the information you need to know in the world of news and current affairs. You are also invited to add your voice, so call us live and let's get interactive.
This is Samaru Ramru inviting you on a journey down memory lane with enchanting songs on the program Nightline. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Let your heart sing along with the music on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers, to Politics 2020, where you can call us in on 636-7547, like this caller here. Good afternoon.
Pleasant evening to you, ladies.
Hello, good afternoon.
I have Miss Ken. Is he on leave or something?
Pardon?
Ken Ali.
No, he's not. He's no longer here.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, I heard the people complaining. But my God, some of these people are so vindictive in so many ways. It's better to vote for somebody else instead of PNM because we suffered enough. Okay, my dear.
Yes, okay. Which area you're calling from? She left us. I wanted to know, when you call, if you can specify for us which area you're calling from and what are some of the difficulties that you are facing as an electorate, and tell me also what do you wish for your new member of parliament to fulfill and do for you, and have your last member of parliament been able to fulfill that or fail to do so. 636-7547 2275739. It's Politics 2020. Remember, we are also streaming live on YouTube on RCLU 975. I mentioned to you, the voters and the constituents, it feels more like a circus. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Ms. Dookie. Can I make a contribution?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. You know, I drive around every day, and I noticed that the government did clean up a lot of the road, especially into Napuna, that area in St. Augustine. The roads look great. They even have like a little bicycle, like a line on the road, maybe about a foot from the road itself, but they lined it off so you could ride your bicycle if you have to ride your bike. But that was just minuscule. It's just stupid because it was just done haphazardly, if you understand my drift. Anyway, what I want to say to all is this. You see, we have been fooled for so long that we have become complacent and complicit. Complacent means you don't want to complain because you're frightened and you just say, okay, nothing will change. And complicit means because you have stayed so quietly and not raising your voice, they will continue the corruption. And it will continue to get worse, and we will become oppressed. And one day there'll be a coup, and all of us will be suffering. Not all of us, but our children and the future. I always think about slavery and indentureship, because it came from a country that was so tiny on the map of this world. And let me tell you something with mapping and cartography that Columbus did. Mapping is very prejudicial. It shows a false sense of power. And it's hard because the world isn't a circle, it's a sphere. And our knowledge, when we teach children, we don't tell children, oh, it's a sphere. We say the world is a circle. That is the knowledge. That's how we teach children in this country. And Ms. Bissessa said we need to change early education, and we need to. So what I want to tell all you is this. The banks are talking about the green economy and the marine economy. And they're talking about the tankers, the Panama Canal, and all the oil and gas that comes into this country and will leave this country and leave the entire Caribbean. And we are not thinking about jobs because vocational training is asleep right now. We have so many young boys, Afro and Indo boys, Dogra boys, sitting in the corner doing nothing. Every day I driving and I see these boys just sitting in the corner doing nothing. And I always say, wasted minds. We've done this for over 40 years now. We need to, can we stop this, Ms. Dookie? Can we help the young people rise up with technology? Let me tell you something. All these double vendors, I see them logging in all kind of carts and box and water. We have so many engineers in this country that graduated from the University of the West Indies. Can somebody come up with something patented so we could help the double vendors, so we could like move up in technology where if they're selling doubles, we have a sanitary area, they could get their towels, they could get their food, they could serve it quickly and move on? No, because we are devoid. We are the blank people. The blank people movement. That is what they want to tell all you. I just, it's frustrating because when I drive, I see so many opportunities every day. But you see, this country, we have been taught we have been taught to hate outsiders who got educated. Only if you are a lineage of the wealthy and you come back to this country, you're okay. But if you're poor and you're going to study abroad and you come back, hey, you are a sellout. We hate you. That is what you're telling all the people out here in New York, in LA, in the United States, in Europe, in London. Even in Germany, we have people living in Germany, and this is what the PNM have done. They have made our people who have went abroad to study, and they come back here to make a difference. You're nothing. But if you're connected to our politicians, you're somebody, and you have a way. This has to stop, and I think it is time for the UNC, and I think they did wake up, and I do support this government, and if she fails, I will never vote again in this country. I will leave this country and sell everything and get out of here, because this is the last shot. All are we getting? Last shot. They say one shot and you're done. One shot, one kill. This is it. She back in power, and that's it. Thanks.
Thank you. 6367547 2275739. Let us hear from this caller here. Good afternoon. Caller, are you there?
Oh, yeah, I am here.
Yes.
My contribution is we need as a movement to shake whoever government is up there. Whoever win, okay, you win, the people put you, but we need a movement to make them do what they're supposed to do. Look at the roads. People can't get water. That's too important thing. You in office for so long, and we're still making excuse for why we can't get no water, and why the road with big pothole. What kind of specification when they rip up the road? What specs you use to repatch it? You just tell the fella who dig it up, just pull it back now and stick a branch in it.
No, right now in Diego Martin West, they are paving left, right, and center. I understand at midnight, certain contractors are paving left, right, and center.
Well, we need to know who these contractors are, because all of a sudden you hear work start and you hear about contractors.
But let me engage with you a bit, caller. Under the last regime, do you think it was any difference, or it was the same benevolence?
Man, it's the same thing. Because I see when they dig up the road, and it stay the same way. But Kamala, there really was a cabal. Now I am on the outside. I am not too sure. What I'm hearing, that is what I'm saying. There was a cabal, and a certain minister was known as Mr. 10%. Now, when you hear these kind of things, Kamala never hear that. She hear that. Jack Water asked Kamala one time, and he called her name. Who is that person? I don't know who. Kamala answered, I don't know who is that person. I know of a lot of people by that name. And you know what? He asked that question a couple of times, and then she couldn't shirk. She said, that is my nephew. Now you tell me, what the hell is going on? We need to stand. Mr. Sami, I would be there. We need to shake whoever going to power by the root. We don't need that kind of thing no more. You tell me everything you have to pay. Nah. It's nothing. Give the people the meds to the hospital. Oh, look at that hospital we here they open, and if they have enough bed, people sleeping on 2 chairs. No. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. It's just about 10 minutes before the top of the hour. Before we go to a short commercial break, let me remind our listeners and viewers, you can also WhatsApp us on 378-4975. Let's take a short break, and we will be right back.
A paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is a PNM power. PNM, a positive healing power. PNM, moving forward together. PNM, introducing Rishi, my brother. All of we is one family. All of we is one family. Working together to build this country. When the world was breaking, everyone agreed. When the world was breaking, be happy it was seen. And that is why we voted for our country.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia. For all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps. Plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canoopia.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
This is Samaru Ramru inviting you on a journey down memory lane with enchanting songs on the program Nightline. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Let your heart sing along with the music on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
I left the ministry in 2013. It took him 7 years to know that I had some kind of allegation. 7 years. And mere weeks before election, 7 years I left that ministry. It's only now he know about some corruption deal involving me. I will not dignify Dr. Rowley's foolishness. As I've told you, the state, let him try again. There is no way he will distract me by talking this amount of nonsense. I must set my narrative, not he.
Back to Politics 2020. Well, you heard it there from the man himself, Jack. Jack is back. How do you feel about that? Do you think that Dr. Rowley presented these accusations against Mr. Warner? The timing, is it because of elections? Does he feel threatened by Jack Warner in the Lopino Bonnet West constituency? You call me and tell me. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, I'm there again. What I've been saying to Miss Magras Road. Tell Miss Magras Road.
Yes, go ahead.
Tell Miss Magras Road, I have no hand, no foot. I'm on a wheelchair now. I reach the highest time I could reach.
Okay, thank you, sir. 636-7547, 227-5739. Call us and tell us how do you feel about that statement Mr. Warner made today to U975. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And so many people call and complain about government.
Mm-hmm.
And my mind goes back to after independent nation. We had this country. Community centers established every which way, every part of this country. Every little village had a community center. The government encouraged county council to get into your county council and see what your issues are. You had unions come and establish the PTAs. Come on to the PTA meeting and see what your children need and talk about it. All these community groups, how many all complain ever went up with council meeting? Ever went to a PTA meeting? You're going to school to have 250 children, and the same 10 parents in every PTA meeting. Where are the parents? You when last you hear of a county council meeting?
A long time ago.
When last you community center a county council
You know,
meeting?
Chris, they want to be a candidate and they just jump straight into it and think that that is the way to go. They don't want to serve at a local government level.
The problem here, we complain and complain, but we don't do what we're supposed to do. And you know what? No MP, is going to encourage you to go and join in with its council and go to your PTA because they know unity is strength and they can't handle strength. Sorry about the noise.
It's all right.
They don't want that. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, local government council was the way to go. It was, you had to be a local government councillor involved in community work before you were even elected as a candidate. That was many decades ago. Today, money plays a part in everything. Hello, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon. I'm calling from Bukavu.
Yes, welcome.
When we think some of the politicians we have in this country on both sides of the fence, we ask ourselves that how it is that they just get money the last month for election to spend to fix roads, to do this, to do that, to do every single thing.
Well, and all the time they say they broke the treasury empty.
But that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. If the treasury is empty and when the last government leave, all the governments they leave the treasury empty.
Well, you know, this administration have to thank COVID-19. COVID-19 worked positively for them.
I agree with what you are saying here. What I'm saying that they should pass laws in that before have fixed date for election, 6 months have an audit report of how much money is in the treasury, how much money is left, and no new project should be there within that 6 months. But no, it's not so. It's beneficial for the people there to fight the election and see that how they could help themselves and help the close relative and the financer. It would not change. That's how it would be because all politicians is partner. This morning I said in another frequency, everybody say I love Jack and all these sorts of things. I really doesn't know Jack. I know him to say hello to him or this or that. He's not my friend and I don't think he even know me.
Yes.
And I am saying that if I was Kamla Prasad Vishesa, which I cannot be, or if I was the leader of the party, you see in the Lopeno Bonnet,
yes.
I would withdraw my candidate.
Yes, I heard other people saying so.
Yeah, but I
in other avenues.
Yeah. And
to give him a chance to win the PNM.
Give him a chance to win. And then after, because how it is, UNC have 16 charity seats, PNM have 16 charity seats. The 9 marginal seats make the decision in all elections in Trinidad and Tobago. If Watson Duke win that seat in Tobago and Jack win that seat over there, which means PNM would have 14 seats now. So PNM would have to fight more in marginal seats to see if they get in power. And it might make it a little easier for the UN. But they say they're not doing it. That is how they put up their people and everything here. But I'm saying the 2 hardest working minister I've ever seen in my whole life is Ramesh Lawrence Mawad for Kuva South. It wasn't he, we'd have never, he had no Pastor Pandey, we'd have never have water in Bukavu. We never had water for 40 years. That's why I say God should bless them immensely that we have water. I mean, it cuts off sometimes. That is generally, it cuts off here and there and all these sorts of things. Right. And I am also saying God should really bless them all the time. That should never change. The next best parliamentarian that I think I know is Mr. Jack Warner. All the rest of them is problem. All the rest of them is problem. We could never in the whole life get a next man like Jack Warner. I am saying so and I'll always say so.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Continue to call us in on 636-7547. I see the calls keep coming in, callers, but we have to take a top of the hour break, and when we come back, we'll take your calls.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 97.5. Music for you, it's all about you.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, multicultural radio.
Power to the listeners.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barraco, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
The newest medical health facility in Central is opening. MediPlus Clinic and Imaging Center Limited of 103 Main Road, Balmain, Couva is having its grand opening on Friday, 24th July from 9 a.m. The first 50 patients can call 236-4624 or 235-4264 to book your free appointment for blood sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol, urine tests, and vision screening. For more information on MediPlus, specialists, medical services, medical lab, and medical imaging, and coming soon X-ray dentistry, visit MediPlus at 103 Main Road, Balmain, Couva, or call 236-4624 or 235-4264, or email mediplus at ramlagansholdings.com. Listen to U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio on Friday for a live broadcast from 9 a.m. Visit MediPlus for all your medical care and services.
The whole thing end in confusion. CARICOM and then CARIFTA, but somehow a spelling disaster. Mr. West Indian politician, I mean you went to a big institution, and how come you can't unite 7 million? When a West Indian unity, I know it's very easy. If you only rap to your people and tell them like me, them is one race, the Caribbean man, from the same place, the Caribbean man, that make the same trip, the Caribbean man, on the same ship, the Caribbean man. So we must push one common intention, it's for a better life in the region, for we woman and we children. That must be the ambition of the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man. You say that the Federation was imported quite from England, and you're going on for a CARIFTA with a true West Indian flavor. But since CARIFTA started running, morning, noon, and night all are hearing, it's just money speech, them Prime Minister giving. But I say no set of money could form a unity. Talk of all your people need their identity like one race, from the same place, that make the same trip, on the same ship. So we must push one common intention, it's for a better life in the region, for we woman and we children. That must be the ambition of the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man. Caricom is wasting time. The whole Caribbean gone blind. If we don't know from where we come in, then we can't plan where we go in. That's why some want to be communists, brother, some want to be socialists, and one set a religion to add to the foolishness. Look, a man who don't know his history, can't form no unity. How could a man who don't know his roots form his own ideology? Like one race, from the same place, that make the same trip, on the same ship. So we must push one common intention, it's for a better life in the region, for we women and we children. That must be the ambition of the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man. The Federation done dead, and Carifta going to bed. But the cult of the Rastafarian spreading through the Caribbean. It have Rastas now in Grenada, it have Rastas now in St. Lucia. But to run Carifta, yes, you getting pressure. If the Rastafari movement spreading and Carifta dying slow, then it's something them Rastas on that them politicians don't know. That there's one race from the same place that make the same trip on the same ship. So they pushing one common intention, it's for a better life in the region, for the woman and their children. That must be the ambition of the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man.
Welcome back, listeners, and to all our viewers on YouTube on RCLU 975. Welcome back to Politics 2020. Let us hear this caller here. Good afternoon.
I love that song. I love that song. Thank you so much. Girl, did you listen to the words? And
Yes.
It resonates even today.
It hit the right spot.
You know, let me tell you something. And that kind of song, that kind of rapping and lyrical, we could never find it today because, you know, the guys like Keys and Liban and all these like.
That's Black Stalin, eh?
Yeah,
Yes.
let me tell you
Caribbean
something.
Unity it
they
is
have
called.
robbed us, don't you think, Anne? Don't you think the Indian and the Caribbean music, don't we all kind of, West Indian, Asian Indian, African, the drums, we all kind of, we should have been blending and making real stuff, eh? But the truth is that we are not in control of our future. Our future and our future trajectory of all our children is in the hands of some very powerful people. And we don't even know how to reach those people because, you know why? They put up shadows and they window dress. It's called the stooge sitting by the door. You put a pretty person to sit out there and they guard the door. And they just look tough and it's like, you don't worry about it. And then they make the window look pretty. Look, we're building a country, eh? I left my last comment and I talked about the United States and baseball. Let me tell you something. Baseball is a multi-trillion-dollar industry if you really think about it. And Japan took advantage of it. And yet there's racism involved in it. But you see, we people in this country, we Afro and Indio people, we could kick baseball and take it to another level. Because it's not a real contact sport. You don't have to worry about coronavirus and soccer. You're running and kicking a ball and you're hugging a boy. Or cricket, you're running back and forth. I think cricket is like golf. I find cricket very boring. And actually, it's a white man's sport. It's a cheap sport, to be honest with you. It's like horse racing. You take a horse and you run it around. We don't appreciate what we have here. And we don't need to look at Europe and all the white stuff they brought here, the European ideology. We don't need that. We have a rich Afro-Indo history here in this country, eh? Let me tell all you something. You don't have to be Afro to be a Hindu. I could be a Rasta if I wanted to. In fact, my children told me, my daughter said, Mama, can I be a Rastafarian? I love it. I just want to grow my hair out. I said, you don't have to look the part, honey. You just follow the ideology. But she's going to look the part now because I'm seeing it happening. The thing is, we have friends from Fiji, India, and all the other diasporas, all the other countries where the white people move to, Afro and Indos. And let me tell you something, The beauty about Trinidad is that we could create the most richest history. And every time they rub the music, the pan, the tabla. The tabla is the most beautiful instrument. The tassa, we have the best tassa drummers in Trinidad all over the world, hands down. Better than them big band group in America that play in college, the big band. You hear them play those kids, them and kids play those big band drums. You want to jump and dance because we tassa, we know we could take over that. But we don't market it because we don't have strong people who understand Western culture, because they fool us to believe that we need to live in silo boxes. Silo. So we have to be, you have to be Afro, you have to be Dogla, you have to be Chinese, Syrian. We don't want to mix anybody, all you live in all your little box. That was never how it was supposed to evolve if they brought us here. We need to be one plant and one Greek grass. And I tell you something, and power to you and power to women. Strong, you're doing a great job on the radio, and I love listening to you.
Thank you.
And I want to tell people out there, don't follow what you are hearing and what you're seeing. You have to spend time to reflect and think, because the Prime Minister has not done that. Only now he reflecting. Remember when he had the whole Diwali thing with his sari thing, and he said, I had some time to reflect with Sat Maharaj. Sat Maharaj dead and gone now. Now they're settling in Bade's land. Listen to me. It's history. Got to move forward. Change now, and if the UNC doesn't give us, hey man, we could bring in a new, whole different government. We don't need the PNM.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. You are live on the air.
Right. Now, I hear that lady say she loves that song, and it's such a great song. And apparently, you like the song too. But that does not apply to Indian people. Listen to the words of that song, and you will understand quite clearly that does not include or consider Indian people as Caribbean people. Check what is going on in Guyana. It has always been so. And check now the election and the politics of Trinidad and Tobago. Check how they consider. The words of that song does not apply to Indians. Nowhere in that song is one race from the same place, one trip on the same ship, and they talk about the Rastafarian and all that. You hear anything in that song about Caribbean man and Indian? So don't get fooled about it and get tied up on that lady, I don't know which planet she from, to say she loved the song. It does not apply. I simply saying that. And you check the politics of Trinidad. So don't come and play this on the radio and feel it has gullible people.
Why not? It's an open station. It's multicultural.
Listen,
why not to play? This is not an Indian station.
You could play it, listen, you could play it, but you're not fooling nobody. And the people who that applies to know it applies to them. And I am an Indian, and it does not apply to me. And all the Indians know it does not apply to them.
Well, I didn't play it for Indians. I played it. It's a multicultural song, so it's a Caribbean unity song. 636-7547-227-5739. Speaking about Guyana, GCOM chair have indicated that they should move forward with the declaration swearing in the private sector. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have been trying to call your station for a long time.
The lines have been very busy.
Yes, so, but I got through today, just when you went to the ad.
Yes,
but
welcome.
I noticed that, thank you, there are few people, well, a lot of people who've been calling all different stations. Now, I only hear a morning program, and I hear you when I'm in the car. And the same people call with the same thing all the time, and there are new people who would like to call and give their opinion. Sometimes they call 2 and 3 times, and you won't allow
And
it.
they're not giving you the chance.
Be that as the gentleman from Bokaro, my lord, Mr. Bokaro don't have an opinion like this man. They don't have opinions. And he suggested that we get pull back, not we. So I say pull back their candidates and allow Mr. Warner. You heard Mr. Warner, that he said?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear what he said about Mrs. Professor? It is horrible for a gentleman that we would want to allow him to represent him in Parliament. And that is how he speaks about women or lies that he told and said. Mr. Warner was very, very well liked. But you know, when you put people together, they fall. And they fall very hard when we put them on the highest rock. And that has happened to him.
Well, I had spoken to Mr. Warner today, and I have posed that question to him live on the air. Perhaps you missed that interview, and I asked him whether or not he will be willing to rejoin with the UNC, and he did not say no. He did not say yes, but he did not say no. He said under the next administration, life under the PNM will be hell. That is what he indicated. He didn't. I asked him if he were to win his seat, would he be willing to rejoin with the UNC, and he did not say no, ma'am. Maybe you should try and catch a bit of that interview. It was just after midday. They keep replaying it on the newscast.
Girl, I'm from Jigga Market, and I'm living in Jigga Market for 40 years. And we are PNM stronghold. But have we grown? No. If you look at the PNM stronghold, we have not. None of us. And I'm asking my brothers and sisters from Laventille and Bishop and Chinos and so. During COVID, they need to ask themselves who they saw. Who were the people who always coming to help them? Not just during COVID, but before. And COVID, who did they see? Did they get anything from the government, this government? No, they didn't. And they need to give them a wake up. They need to can use their brain and thinking of going down that road about race. We are all intermarriages. We are all interracial. It has no race here. The only race we have is the race of humanity. One love and the race of humanity. We don't know anything else because our children are Mexicans. And we have families that you can't say this one is that and that one is this. No, we can't do things like that. But look at the issues. Now is the time to give Mrs. Professor a chance again. This is all I'm saying. I would them not voting because the UNC candidate didn't come around. We don't ever know who's our UNC candidate. We don't, because they know we will go to the Siena. And that's the way we will go. So they probably do give it a good stuff in these areas, you know. But it's time for the people to wake up, and it's also time for some of the scholars to allow new ideas to take form the station and deal with the issues, not deal with the U.S. Go and vote for Mr. Trump if you all want to be living in the state and come here to don't bring your stuff here. We live here and we going on here. I have taken up a lot of this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, Anne.
Yes, Eric.
Good afternoon to anybody else in the studio. Yes, this is Eric. And management is on my mind. Since Sunday to now, at least 48 hours has elapsed. See it however you want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, a very significant accusation has been made against the management of Ms. Kamla Persad-Bissessar and the cabinet of this country. And I thought that what would have come would not have been a platform statement, flippant response. I thought that what would have happened is that I would have seen a proper press conference flanked by certain individuals, and they disaggregate all that the newspaper had to say point by point and show how that newspaper was wrong. And what they say happened never happened, and they are painting a wrong picture. And there was no way that they could have spent more than $500 million within 6 weeks' time to pretend that certain roads were done. Instead, the only response I heard somebody said, because I didn't hear it myself, was take it to the police. Let us be serious. This is someone who is being asked to be given the management responsibility of this country for the next 5 years. And for me, it is reminiscent of paying $7.2 million to remove a dead fire truck from a ditch and then saying that you did not know when that passed through the cabinet. There are so many things that this lady does not know when it is happening. And I have a serious difficulty to think that this is the individual who says that she's going to be a better manager this time around. I don't understand how she did that to the population. Case in point, Anne. Winston Ducran went to the cabinet and he said, Caribbean Airlines is running well. They're in the black. They have millions of dollars in the bank. I like how they're going. I want to keep Arthur Lockjack as chairman. Arnold Roberts jump up and say, it's a having no Arthur Lockjack in here, you know. He going. They took Arnold Roberts' advice as to who should manage Caribbean Airlines. They brought in as chairman, and the airline plummeted into the ground more than $1.2 billion. So much so that Finance Minister Larry Hawaii had to beg someone, Philip Marshall, to come and rescue him. And when I asked Larry Hawaii what happened, he said there was a governance issue. The governance issue because they put a poor management team in place. And I come back to the question of the management of this economy at this defining moment in our economy, in our lifetime. The person who is asking to be manager refuses to respond to a serious management flaw that took place during her reign. And the question is, are we going to allow that same hold the reins of office again? And if we do, and if the same thing was repeated, or if it was 10 times worse, who would be responsible? It would be us. So at the end, I'm saying that the UNC have a responsibility to respond to what was written in the newspaper on Sunday with respect to the money spent at EMBD, and I am disappointed that they could come to the population speaking all type of pie-in-the-sky things that really and truly economists have seen and not responding to that serious management flow. Of course, I would listen to all my friends. Have a nice evening, Anne.
Thank you, Eric. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, caller, are you there?
Good afternoon.
Yes, you're live on the air, sir. Triple D.
I want to set a new name for Eric. John Chan. He's a joker. Anyway, I wish somebody could pass the SSA main road along Palmis Park there and see the condition of that road. You can't drive 3 miles an hour. The road is so terrible.
Palmis Park, which is supposed to be a residential area.
And secondly, what I want to say is, I want to tell John Education how much money was spent for the train, the disability grant, after the disability costing and then. How much that money was spent? It's about 500 million. And not a word you can't hear from them for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Good afternoon.
Don't you love my brother, Eric? Eric, I love you. You know why I love you?
Eric is well
Because you are
spoken.
blinded by some kind of light that is just so, it must be so ultra that it's beyond the picture that they sent to Earth recently about the sun. I have to share that with Eric. Eric, how could you say this? You know, Let me tell you something. I read a lot about this country, and I read a lot about international news. You vote for the PNM, you're going to vote for 5 of your chipping away of your fundamental rights, and we are going to turn into a military state. The thing that is happening right now, and we laugh about it, is that the police have so much power. The police have all the power. And Miss Kamala Bissassa actually was challenging it. She's actually telling earlier, she's telling government and everybody, hey, you have a charge, take it to the police. Take it to the police. And what is the headline the other day? They were human trafficking, or borders are unsecured because there's a link, a chain that is so strong and so deep and endemic that it perpetuates and propels human trafficking. In the Caribbean, we are a participant of human violation, and it's okay. We are a narco state, and the United States and the whole world knows about it. And let me tell you something, You see, we have a University of the West Indies, and we have some really good people working there. And all the studies that they do get buried in shelves. We never get interviews from all these professors. Do you know how much money the University of the West Indies makes a year in Gates scholarships? Do you know how much money they're raking in investment? And they're going to start a trust fund now, which means that Harvard, they're probably going to get billions of dollars now, because now this will be a gateway to jobs and security. Not even that, 10-year professorship. Do you have any idea what's going on beyond this? And the school discriminates against our poor people. We have many students who slide by and they can't properly read and write, and they get into the University of the West Indies, and the university keeps that money and will never help those students because they can't read and write because of a failed poor infrastructure. And I could talk on and on, Gil, but let me tell you something, All you want to continue this nightmare? I don't want to continue this nightmare. I don't want to pay taxes when I want to bring cheap glasses that I could pay for $20 in London and bring it here and wear it, when I have to pay $2,000 for lenses. What the? Well, you just imbit on this, a white man? Let me tell you something, I love white people. I the Roman Empire and all the knowledge you give we. But you really go back to C.L.R. James, and that last calypso, he talks about socialism. It wasn't about Hinduism and any religion. It talked about an ideology about human rights. And the PNM has failed. They never once lived up to those rights. I say we give the UNC another chance. And if she fails, I say, man, we boot she out or something. A revolution going to start, because we cannot stand more PNM. And this game, it has to end, because it's getting boring now. We need to compete with other countries, because the COVID-19 should have taught all of us a lesson. But apparently, they're trying to make me still fall asleep. Thanks, Anne.
Thank you. 6367547. We lost a number of calls there. Let us hear what this caller have to say. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon again. Seeing that Ken Allen not there, a lot of a vacancy for that position.
So I am doing the show.
I would rather Miss Madras apply for it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. That is not funny. I don't understand your point. 6367547 2275739. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies. You know, that lady who keeps calling her just now, I wonder if she right in her mind. You know? That is a lady who seems as though she was one of those who went to Canada in the early. And now she will come to tell me about the white man, this and that. So let me explain to you, Miss Lady. And to the gentleman with the song. I didn't born in Africa, I'm of African descent. You didn't born in India, you have East Indian descent. So we are now Caribbean people. So this thing always want to claim. The only thing you could claim there is your religion. You can't go, because if you go to an Indian expo and you watch an Indian from India and you watch you, two different things. You can't even talk the language. Right? So I don't know whether that's come down with this garbage. So when you play this song to tell you about it, he not involved in it. And to the lady just now, she does end up, when she done, she always end up down a political, or she always end up, you went to Canada and spent how many years? Not in our, why didn't stay there? You come back here to criticize. If that was the case, if you didn't know that from then, you would not go Canada. You'd have stayed Trinidad and make some investment in Trinidad and changing the society in Trinidad. Ladies, all enjoy the evening. Yeah, my brother.
Let me just share with our listeners out there, before I take any more calls, I wanted to share in the 2015 general election some of the figures of people who voted. In the PNM, you had 11,487 voters there. That was with Cherry Ann Critchlow Cockburn. 62% of the votes, right? You had with the COP, Dr. Lincoln Douglas, 6,326 votes, 34% of the votes. The ILP, you had Nigel Jerome Rees, just 2% of the votes. Royal Raphael of the IND, 132 votes. You had about 0.72%. You had a total of 4,612 persons who were registered in that electoral district who did not vote. And the hot topic today seems to be with Mr. Warner and the ILP and whether or not he can capture that seat. Can he capture those 4,000 plus voters? Well, that is left to be seen. Hello, good afternoon.
Jack Warner is going to capture that seat. He is. Jack Warner is very well loved, but I wanted to talk to the guy that called me for
Oh, don't go back and forth. Make a point quick. I have other callers coming in.
I know you do, but let me tell you something. The PNM have done nothing for this country.
You don't have to explain yourself to anyone.
So then, let me...
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to Politics 2020. Could you speak a little louder or closer to the phone? This is Ann Dookie here.
Oh, I'm listening to that lady from Monroe. Is she for outpatient of symptoms? I cannot really comprehend anything she's saying. That lady just spoke.
Ma'am, don't call to bash people in that way. I can't tell that. Everybody has an equal right to call in and view, just like you have a right to vote on August 10th. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Ann.
Yes.
Right. I would just want to remind this country, had it not been for the people of this country, Rowley would have given $2 billion to Sandals. And luckily the people stood up against it and stopped that $2 billion and give Sandals to run the Sandals Hotel. Thank God the people stood up then. I want the people to stand up now and vote him out. Thank you.
Caller, are you there? I wanted to ask the caller, and if it is feasible to continue with the expansion of the Tobago Airport, the A&R Robinson Airport, now that Sandals is no longer there, would there be enough capacity, flying capacity there for the traffic coming in? Do they need to spend that money to expand that airport? No. Now that Sandals has been cancelled. 636-7547 or 227-5739. We are coming down to the end of our show. Mukesh Baburam is on just after the 6 p.m. hour. Hello, good afternoon.
Ann?
Yes?
Let me answer this question for you.
Mm-hmm.
They should spend much more. And let me tell you why. The trust really and truly is to make Tobago a tourism paradise. In 2019, Jamaica had 4.3 million visitors. We probably had 4. And the whole question really and truly is, are we going to carve a niche in the global tourism market? And if we are going to, we need an airport and an airport facility that stands second to none or shoulder to shoulder with all others that tourists visit. The whole idea of Sandals having gone does not mean that Tobago is not going to be in tourism anymore. It simply means that they would have to shop for another partner or build the infrastructure and manage it themselves. Rowley did not intend to give Sandals any $2 billion. That is an erroneous, foolish comment. Because if he gave Conyers $2 billion, $3 billion to Hyatt, and we give other billions to Hilton. That is not the case. What happened with the Sandals deal is that we would build a plant and Sandals will put their stamp on it. Simple as that. They're virtually going to be renting our facility. So at the end of the day, it's not a matter of you giving Sandals something. The plant that you build is yours. And anybody could have hung their emblem on it after that. Whether they wanted Hyatt or Hilton or somebody else to hang the emblem, they could have. It didn't belong to Sandals. And if it is that we are to make a trust if we are to penetrate the tourism industry globally, we must present ourselves in a manner.
Eric, let me ask you something. To what extent or efforts have been made by the current tourism minister to diversify Trinidad and Tobago tourism offerings?
One of the problems that they have been having is infrastructure. We don't have enough beds to make a proper trust. So the creation of Sandals would have given us more beds. It would have given us more space. It would have given us a space that people would visit, because you wanted that when you make your first impression is an impression that remains indelibly etched on the tourist. And he tells his friend to return, to come back to Trinidad or Tobago. So the building of the infrastructure at this point in time is crucial. Any kind of marketing or management trust or anything of the sort. Now, let me tell you something, Anne. Right now, do you know we pay plane to fly to Tobago? Because nobody's coming. We pay Virgin Airlines to fly into Tobago, and we tell them for every seat that was not filled, we'll pay for the seat. Because we need to have that type of communication from Europe to Scarborough in order to keep Tobago in the tourism mindset. So at the end of the day, we are going to have to make some sacrifices to make an investment, and the rewards that are going to be so healthy, we will feel very good about it. Because if Jamaica can have 4.3 million visitors in 1 year, we can perhaps have just at least 500,000, which will make it good. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Well, the strategy for diversifying Trinidad and Tobago, besides the carnival season, includes inter alia developing or music or literary festivals, culinary festivals, or religious festivals. Have that been developed? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
Now, 3 issues. I don't know why people keep attacking that lady from Madras. She lived in Canada for a number of years, and she's very passionate about her contribution.
Yes, I know. I said she's a passionate caller. You don't have to defend her. Go ahead and make your point.
Right. And secondly, the fellow from Barataria, he comes across as a PNM stalwart just like Eric, and he keeps criticizing us here, but he went on another program which I would not name, and he said he came from St. Lucia with his mother and 5 children there. So he's not a real Trini born. He's been living here since he's 5 years old. And finally, let me state there that the airport there, I must agree with Eric on this one. You cannot wait for the future to build an airport. You build it now, you have the infrastructure and build it, because it's cheaper to build it now than build it 20 years later on. And the reason why Sandals was trying to reclaim part of the swamp and destroy the ecosystem, but Eric couldn't say that. And that is part of the objection of the UNC party when they were in opposition. So Eric does not speak the truth, the whole truth, only part of the truth, you know. And again, the PNM had no foresight. If the PNM had any foresight, they would have kept the railway, and we wouldn't have all these traffic jams on the road now, because we had the railway from San Fernando to Port of Spain, and from Port of Spain to San Grande, and we have it from Port of Spain to Rio Caro through Unionham Junction there. You know, but they have done that, and now they have destroyed 2 pillars of the economy, the sugar industry and now the oil industry there. So this is what the PNM has done to this country. And Eric wouldn't say that there are 11 plants now shut down in Point Research Industrial Estate because they cannot get natural gas. You see? Because what happened to ArcelorMittal, the biggest steel producer on this planet? They were selling to Central America, but the Chinese came and undercut them, because the Chinese were using cheaper material to smelt iron ore there. They were using coal. We were using natural gas here. And the government didn't give a lower price to ArcelorMittal and some of the plants there. This is why some of the metal plants now have closed down there. But Eric won't say how the PNM has damaged the economy of this country. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Good afternoon. Yes, Chris, I'm there listening.
Good. Now, let me tell Eric something. People don't visit countries because of they have a big-time airport. We hear about beds. Tobago's hotel industry suffer from not being able to have capacity. If it's for Trinidadian visitors to Tobago, the tourism industry go belly up. It's not like they full up and they need more beds. Let me tell this gentleman something. The tourism product is not a bedroom. People don't go to countries because of a nice hotel and they have nice rooms. They go to visit places for culture, for ecology.
That is what I just said. The culinary festivals, the religious festivals, the cultural festivals.
Last year,
those things it's not developed.
Yeah, last year UNESCO declared Mainridge a World Heritage Destination. What have we done about that? What does that say? When UNESCO say World Heritage Destination, you're entitled to funding, expansion. What has happened to Mainridge? You drive to Mainridge, you won't see a hibiscus plant. You wouldn't see a chrysanthemum, a carnation, anything like that. It's just the same way as 50 years ago. But you want to put more hotel and more hotel. For who to go there? Through what? Do you see this kind of madness? This kind of madness, and people don't more bed. When they come to come and sleep, people paying the money to come and do a hotel and sleep because let me tell you something, gentlemen. You have hotels in this world that we could never match. No matter how much money is spent on a hotel, we can't match the hotels in London, Washington, D.C., New York City, Manhattan, all over Japan, Germany, Italy, France. So those in this hotel, bed. We keep hearing that, and the hotels keep saying, we don't have enough people visiting, Chinese come now, if they come, we dead in the water. There are hotels that the THA bought. Manta Lodge and Anniversary Hotel, to name two. You know what happened to them? They're on that big grass now. Big grass on top of the hotels. So what you want more beds for? You're buying hotel. You can't keep them afloat and you want to build more hotels. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I take any more call, let me just give you a breaking piece of story here. A tropical depression 7 has formed. Based on the latest information from the National Hurricane Center, a tropical storm, which will be named Gonzalo, is forecast to move north of Tobago, the area we are talking about, on Saturday, with sustained winds of 90 kilometers per hour and gust winds of 110 kilometers per hour. So if you're headed to Tobago for the weekend, please take note. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You don't need no long lecture about how much years and things to vote. You have to study the last 5 years, what's under PNM, and look at the 5 years under UNC, how they live and what are the price settings, and you vote. And to benefit of corruption, every government, since I know Mr. I 64 years now, every government I know corrupted. It hardly say that if anyone could call a minister and tell me he is corrupt, call one, let it call one. Every one of them. But when you look at performance for the last 5 years under PNM and the last 5 years under UNC, you could judge that easy. Or remember the last time in 1986, which part PNM take me to the IMF. So you look at what PNM coming forward again, we vote on Haiti. So just judge it for the last 5 years. We have to think about this and that. 5 years under Kamla, 5 years under Rowley, and all the judge. Case closed. Case done.
Thank you, caller. Let me read another message on WhatsApp here. We cannot read all the messages, of course, but I'll read some of them. Good afternoon, and I'm from Debe, Trace Debe. My complaint is rivers in this area needs dredging so that we would not get any more flood. Next, there's a lot of overgrown bushes in the area on both sides of my lot. There's a lot of overgrown grass. I've been living here for 23 years. There's a lot of mosquitoes also. I'm unable to ventilate my house when rain falls. There's poor drainage, and that's another problem. My main problem is presently the dilapidated ply house next to mine. Since it was built, no one lives there. It's a threat. It's a hazard, if you know what I mean. We have made complaints to the regional corporation, but to no avail. So if we could be assisted, I would be very thankful to you. Have a nice day to you. Well, whoever this person is, whether it's a gentleman or a lady, and try and contact Dr. Alan Sami, who is the chairman of that corporation, and let him know that you have highlighted it on the radio, and maybe they will be... Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ann. I want to remind Eric, Rowley building agro-processing plant, but they closed down Caroni Greens. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
you think the Prime Minister is really a farmer? When he had that show on the TV, let me tell all you a secret, because I'm a farmer. I farm, and my hands are always dirty, my toenails are always filthy. That's okay. Let me tell you something. The way he was moving in that garden, it was so laughable and insulting to the real hard-working young farmers out there who have no land. They have no land because, you know, something, they have to squat on land. And the government refuses to give the poor people deeds. They refuse to do housing reform. They want to put all you. This is what the PNM's plan is. We're going to make projects. We are going to put you in saddy houses, one on top of each other, no working elevators. So 100 degrees outside or whatever Fahrenheit it is, I'm sorry, Celsius, can't do that thing right now. But anyway, whatever it is, how hot it is, and you have a child that have asthmatic problems, you have to take you're going to walk down 8 flights of stairs with your child in your arm, and maybe your child is 16, 17, and social service don't even know you exist. Let me tell you something. You want to live like that? That is how poor black people live in America. They live like dogs. Racism is real, and they're using it for us. They're using it as a ploy. I beg all you, listen to me. Eric, listen to me. I'm passionate about this, Eric, because we talk a lot. Vote for change. And if we don't like it, we boot them out and maybe we have a revolution. A good revolution where we learn. But let me tell you something, I'm tired of reading the newspaper. Little children dying every day, missing children, babies getting raped, and no rehabilitation. And he playing a song. We're going to win the race. We are going to win. We're going to get the job done. You have failed us. People dying today, Mr. Prime Minister. And you have turned your back on us. And you're worried about an election and power. This has to stop, Passion, because let me tell you something. I believe in equal rights. Because my father was completely illiterate. And my grandparents, who are Madrasi people, and my great-grandparents come from Madrasi, and they became bankrupt because of the white man. And let me tell you something. The worst atrocities committed in the Caribbean was slavery. And nobody got reparation. It always went to the other people. So I tell my brothers and sisters, vote for change. Let us stand together, man. I am tired of this.
Thank you, Miss Madras. We have to wind up the show now because we have so many other calls coming in. I cannot take any more calls at the moment. Let me end where I started about my concern. My main concern is that the families who are in desperate need of these government hampers, who will be deprived of receiving them from either side of the government and the opposition. I have no problem with Mistress Bisessa raising questions or concerns where the funding came for this initiative. Neither am I worried about the query concerning those who receive large checks to buy food. But at the end of the day, when politics plays its part, it is the poor man that suffers. That is my point. I am therefore asking you to rethink your position. Dr. Rowley and anyone from the PNM who is listening, and share the hampers equitably, please. Reach out to areas like Barrackpore, Orange Grove, Orange Valley, Ivy Village, New Grant, those places that haven't been able to receive hampers. It's 10 minutes before the top of the hour. Coming up at 6 p.m. is the 6 p.m. newscast with Uma Ratan Singh, followed by Mukesh Baburam with Talk Your Talk. The lines keep ringing. And the WhatsApp messages keep going off the hook, but we have to end the show there. Joining me tomorrow in studio will be Ved Siram from 4:30 p.m. with Politics 2020. And on Thursday, we have Mr. Satmaraj, the NIS expert, to answer all your questions on NIS. Have yourself a wonderful evening. I am Ann Dookie. Good evening.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Rampersad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
Join us on the journey to the polls. Find out about the candidates, the campaigns, the promises, and